Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the one-stop shop for everything Phillies and baseball related. I am your host, Ethan Rauch, and today I am solo, which may be surprising. Hell, it may be surprising that I'm even doing a podcast right now this late at night. But anyhow, I'm presenting you all with Keeping the Phaith, a Phillies United podcast, episode 8. Now, yes, I get it. It's been a month. It's been a while since I have done a Keeping the Phaith episode. Now, I don't want to make excuses. Well, actually, I do want to make excuses because things happened. And before I dive into this episode with some news about one of the two big fish, yes, something finally did happen in the hot stove. More like the hot stove volcano, because it kind of erupted today, if you know what I'm saying. But before I dive into that, I want to offer a little explanation as to why I have not been doing that many episodes of Keeping the Phaith. Really, it came down to the laptop I use, my main laptop I've had for a few years now. It was a machine, it worked pretty fine for me overall. Then all of a sudden I started having problems with it, and well, just to be brief, it kind of just stopped working. Something with the fan, motherboard, whatever it was, it would have cost a whole lot of money to get fixed. So I made a financial decision. Let's just get a new one. I've had that one for a little bit now. Let's get a brand new one. Let's start this over, which I did. Now that period lasted 2 weeks while we're trying to get it fixed. Didn't get it fixed. Then we got the new one. And then soon after that, I got sick. And I know some of my RL friends know this. I've been sick a little bit. So that's partially why I haven't been recording that many Keeping the Phaith. And then probably the biggest factor of them all is I've just been lacking the inspiration. Now, this has mostly been due to a cold stove, which we were dealing with, although it's kind of heated up as of recently, which I will of course talk about. But there was a pretty big dead period throughout middle to end January into early February until a lot of big things happened with the Phillies involved, which again I'll get into later on. But yeah, that's basically it. My computer broke, I got sick, and I lost inspiration. Now I'm still posting on the Phillies United Instagram page at Phillies United on Instagram if you want to check that out. I post there. I don't post like the mini rumors because I want to provide my fans, my friends, See, I'm stumbling upon my words because I haven't done this in a while. I'm a little rusty at this. But yeah, I'm trying to provide you all with the good content, the truthful content, which is why I'm hesitant to provide input on the small rumors. Now, I sometimes get a little hot-headed, so I may post something out of the blue, but can you blame me? It's been 4 months of this. I'm getting tired. You're tired. We're all tired. We want it to end. But yeah. So, before we dive into the big fish, I want to address JT Realmuto. The Phillies did trade for the all-star catcher. Arguably, in my opinion, this might be a little biased, but he's the best catcher in baseball, in my opinion. Best catcher in baseball. He can run, he can throw, he can pop time, and he can play defense. Of course, he can hit as well. What else do you need? And he's also 27. I think he's turning 28 soon. It's a pretty perfect catcher in my opinion. But yeah, we traded for JT Realmuto. Pretty shocker to me because like I was starting to think that he was going to clubs like maybe the Dodgers, Reds, Padres because of how great their farm system is. They could have easily afforded JT Realmuto. Could have easily beaten our price. Now, ultimately, we did give up JT Realmuto for, I would say, a kind of hefty price of Sixto Sanchez, number 1 overall prospect. It kind of hurt, but I understand it's a win-now move. And Sixto isn't guaranteed. He had the arm issues. So, we'll see if it was the right move once we see how JT adjusts to the life in Philadelphia, hitting in the ballpark, which I do think he will do splendid at. But right now, I think it's a good trade for both sides. Now, Sixto Sanchez was not the only player involved in the deal. We also gave up former top catching prospect Jorge Alfaro, who I was a mega fan of. I loved L.O., so I loved him, and it hurt to see him go. But you got to give something to get something. And that's what we did. Now, we also gave some international bonus slot money, which the Marlins, of course, love. And we also gave a lower tier prospect in Will Stewart, which, I mean, that's all right to me. I didn't really know his name, and that speaks something because I know a lot of the top Phillies prospects' names. So there we have it. That's JT Realmuto. They're in camp right now, getting their work done, and games start very soon. So Phillies baseball, it's coming back. This could be a big year, especially if Matt Klentak wants to make one more big move out there. Now, speaking of big moves, now today it was hectic. I was in school today, and that was when I received the news that Manny Machado, I still can't believe it, Manny Machado signed a record-breaking. Now, Stanton's record, 325, that's for total money in a contract. It was an extension. It wasn't a free agent contract that guys like Bryce Harper, Manny Machado are looking for. It was an extension. So Manny Machado signed for the biggest contract in North American history, sports history. 10 years, $300 million, nothing deferred, 300 exact, with the San Diego Padres. I kid you not, the San Diego Padres. Now, who would have thought? The Padres, out of all teams, you're hearing how the Yankees are involved, the Chicago White Sox want to spend money, the Phillies have their stupid money. But it's the Padres who get Manny Machado, and ultimately it's because they just outbid everyone. That's what it came to. Now, we received word earlier today that Matt Klentak did not want to match the Padres' offer or up it because they had their point of backing out. Now, it's understandable, especially since there's already another guy on the market who, in my opinion, is the better fit for this Philadelphia Phillies team in Bryce Harper. But still, it hurt seeing this guy that you fantasize for being a Philly for so long. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I just imagine Manny Machado in those red pinstripes, donning the red pinstripes, hitting dingers at the bank almost every night. That would have been great. But things happen. And now, I know there's still some of you who expected us to get both, but realistically, we weren't going to get both. It wasn't going to happen. And now, it was either that we got our guy first. I still think we're going to get Bryce. Now, it was I'm kind of stumbling upon my words here, but the aspect of only getting one of them is you're going to have to get hurt with the other. Because you're only going to get one, so you're going to have to see the other leave and go to another team, which is what we saw today. It came out of the blue. No one expected it. I didn't expect it. You didn't expect it. No one expected it. Matt Klentak talked about how he didn't even expect it until the agent called him for one final chance to up the offer. But yeah, Machado to the Padres. He's going to slide in at third base there. While Fernando Tatis, the number 2 overall prospect in the All-MLB, I believe, is going to be coming up soon on that team. He's projected to be a great player. So, while Padres right now, they're not really in a win situation, but in a few years, that could be a threat. I could definitely see the San Diego Padres being a threat if they work their cards right. It's all about working the cards, making sure you make the right moves. Now, yeah, that's that. Machado's heading to the West Coast. It's going to be a Padre. The dream of him donning Phillies pinstripes is now over. But the dream of Bryce Harper donning Phillies pinstripes is far from over. Now, the thing that's gotten me and a bunch of other fans worked up is, well, speaking on my behalf, I'm very confident that Bryce Harper is going to be a Philadelphia Philly. It's because it's going to be down to who can pay him. And really, we are the only team left who can pay Bryce Harper what he wants. Now, just to list teams off, Chicago White Sox, a report came out earlier that they didn't have enough money to go to the $300 million mark. That's why they didn't go there. Now, there was this thing about incentives and it being up to $350 in incentives, but that's not guaranteed. That's not guaranteed money. The big boys work with the guaranteed money. They couldn't do that in guaranteed money. Now, if they did, of course, Manny would take down a heartbeat, but they couldn't do that. So Chicago, I don't see them as a threat for Bryce Harper because he is going to get minimum what Manny Machado got. That's the bar that Scott Boras is going to set for Bryce Harper. So Chicago White Sox, in my opinion, they are out. San Francisco Giants. Now this is iffy because we've heard rumors maybe Bryce wants to play in the West Coast with the Giants, Buster Posey, blah blah blah. But really, again, the money factor and the years and the want to win. Giants are not in a win now mode, although they've won quite the bit in this decade. They're not winning right now. Their players are aging. They have a high payroll. They got a manager retiring after this season. And they just hired Farhan Zadi, however you say his name, who is known for his player development in the Dodgers system. So they're going to be working on their prospects in the coming years. But right now, they're not ready to win, and Bryce wants to win. Plus, on top of that, they don't want a long-term deal. They want something short with a high AAV, average annual value. And Bryce just doesn't want that. He wants the security. He wants the years. He wants to know that he has a place to be if he somehow sucks, so he can still get paid. That's the bottom line. So I don't see Giants being a big player in the Bryce Harper market or a big opponent of ours. I don't think we should worry about them that much. Now, Yankees, of course, they've shown no interest in Bryce Harper. Don't worry about them. I wouldn't worry about them. And the big one, Washington Nationals. That because they're Harper's former team, the team he played for since 2012, 2011 maybe. You gotta worry about them a little bit, but not to the point of insanity. Now, because you all know about the Nationals offer to Bryce Harper at the end of the season. Was it in October? I think October, where they offered 10 years for $300 million. Some of that deferred, no opt-outs. Bryce Harper, of course, declined because he wanted to test the market. Now, and since then, Washington has spent money on guys like Patrick Corbin, Anibal Sanchez, Kurt Suzuki, Brian Dozier, just to name a few. So I think that Harper money is gone. I've always kind of thought that original offer from the Nationals was just to tell their fans hey, we offered this guy 10 years for $300 million. That's a pretty great contract. In our opinion, it would have gotten paid. He declined, so we tried. He just doesn't want to be here anymore. We tried our best, and that's all we can give. That's really how I viewed it as a national standpoint. Now, there are reports coming out that the Nationals are officially out. I kind of view them as out, but again, you just got to have that thought in the back of your head. You just got to acknowledge that maybe something crazy happens. Maybe their owner gets crazy, but I really don't see that happening. I'm thinking it's getting really late in the process where it could happen. And I don't see Scott Boras giving them an opportunity to because he knows they can't match or up our offer whatever we can give. Sorry about that. Now, speaking about our offer, before I do, that's basically, and of course San Diego Padres for Harper, they're out. They're not getting him. They just got Machado. They're not getting both. Don't even think about it. So that's basically the market for Harper. And I just listed 4 or 5 teams who could have a chance of getting him, but actually do not. And then we have the Phillies, who are obviously the favorites. They really have no reason to not get this guy because here's what Scott Boras wants. Scott Boras wants the record. He wants the biggest contract in MLB history. He wants to beat Giancarlo Stanton. He wants the AAV. He wants the total money record. And he rightfully deserves it. Bryce Harper rightfully deserves it. So, in my opinion, he is going to be asking for $326. And if the Phillies match that, I do believe he's going to sign. Bryce Harper's going to sign right then and there. He's going to sign because that's what he wants. He wants the record. And $326, it's great money. And I really see, I don't see any reason why the Phillies cannot reach that point. At this point, in my opinion, I think they're offering a little over $300 because they know the baseline is $300 for 10 because of Manny Machado now. But I really don't see why we can't go to the $326 point over 10 years. Of course, that would be $32.6 million per year. Great offer, great bargain in my opinion. I could really see an argument for Bryce being worth $35 million for $350 over 10, but the problem here is the Phillies are sitting on their offers, I think, too long. Like, at some point, they're going to have to just say, okay, what are we doing? This is taking too long. 326, we can easily afford it and afford to get other pieces in the future. Just get it done. Get this man in camp. Get him familiar with his teammates. And let's go win a division title. Let's head back to October for the first time in 8 years at this point. Come on, just get it done. I really think that's what we need to do, because the difference in money right now is probably around $20 million. That is so easily affordable. Like, John Middleton came into this offseason saying, we're going to spend stupid money. We got the stupid money. We can't be completely stupid about it, though. But here's the thing. This isn't being completely stupid. Being completely stupid about this is going out after you have an offer of $305 over 10 years and being like, okay, let's get stupid about this. Let's offer $375 over 10 years. Now that's stupid. That is insanely stupid. They shouldn't do that because there's no one bidding against them. And I know, like, the argument can be made, like, why should they up their offer if no one's bidding against them? Boris is just going to come back because it's the risk. We literally just saw it happen with Machado. Now, I know I'm thinking that maybe Harper was probably our top target all along, although it kind of didn't seem like it. And seeing that there have been recent talks about Harper and us heating up in conversation about contracts, and then right after that we hear that Clentak got a call and he refused to up an offer on Manny. That kind of makes me think that we're kind of in on Harper now. Like, we know we can get him, but we got to pony up the money. We just got to bring the money to the table. Get him for $326. I really see that being Boris's like number where he is going to sign. I don't think he's going to sign for anything less. I don't think he's going to try to take anything less. But if he's forced to, he's going to wait this out. He's going to wait this out as long as he can until Bryce just knocks the hammer down and just says, dude, I can't wait any longer. It's getting into March at this point. I got to sign. I got to get this done. And unless that happens, it's going to be a staring contest for the ages. Now, reports, again, I've said this already, I believe, but Jim Bowden of CBS Sports Radio, who said there were talks about Manny Machado Padres contract and Phillies Harper contract coming out soon. Of course, he was right about the Padres contract, which kind of makes me optimistic about the Harper chances. But again, I'm still kind of concerned because of the way we addressed the Machado situation today with Clentak's comments about the amount of money he got paid from the Padres exceeding our valuations of him. That's kind of scary. Like, are they just... It kind of makes me think like maybe they're sticking to the numbers a little too much here, and they got to realize that these ball players are worth the money, and that there's really no reason we can't get one of these guys with all the money we have available. But again, it might be a signal that Harper is our main target, and we're only getting one, so maybe we just decided in that moment Machado is going to the Padres. It's a big offer. We don't want to up it. Well, let's just move this money aside for Harper. Let's get that done. I kind of think that's what happened. But again, I've been nervous about this. Don't get me wrong. I've been very nervous. Like, there is legitimately a chance this doesn't go our way. And I really think it's not going to be because Harper took less money. I think we're going to give the most money. But I feel that if we're too ignorant with our money and too ignorant about the situation, not willing to just go a little bit higher, exceed the evaluations of this player to get him, I think it could be disastrous. And if they really fail this, if they fail to get Bryce Harper, good luck explaining that to the city. After all this hype, there is ratifications. Now, really, in complete this off season, like entirety, it's been a good off season. But the fans' perception of the offseason is riding on Bryce Harper now. We need to get Bryce Harper to save this offseason. Because if we don't get Bryce Harper, fans are going to hate this offseason. Fans are going to hate the team. Fans are going to stop buying tickets. Fans are going to riot. And there's going to be no way they can explain it. They're going to try to explain it, but it's going to fail horribly. Because what I've gotten the vibe from the front office that they're not really good at communicating with the city. They kind of seem like they're out of touch with the city, and that might be because they're just too absorbed with the numbers. But who knows? Really, who knows? Ultimately, here's my final thing I have to say about this. I see no reason this needs to go longer. I see no reason this needs to continue. I don't get why we just don't end it right now. Get Harper in camp. Cough up the extra 10 or 15, $20 million that they want to beat the record. Make it happen for the love of everything. Save this city, Matt Klentak. You got to save this city. Now, if we do get Bryce Harper, I think we're good for the offseason. Now, maybe try to get Keuchel, but I don't want to spend that much because again, you can't spend all your money in one offseason. I agree with them on that, but I think the way they're doing it, they're being a little too conservative. But hopefully it shows that I'm wrong when we hopefully sometime soon see the notification. Breaking news: Bryce Harper signs with the Philadelphia Phillies for a record-setting contract of $326 million over 10 years. God, that would make everything awesome. I would freak out. I would do an emergency podcast like I'm kind of doing right now. But yeah, that's what I think about the Harper situation now. Can't really say much because it's getting quite late. I'm quite tired. My voice is starting to hurt a little bit because I'm still kind of recovering from the little illness I'm dealing with. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in to episode 8 of Keeping the Phaith, Phillies United podcast. Now, Ben, if you're listening to this, I'll try to get you on. Ben, if you're listening to this, if you haven't listened to the previous episodes, Ben has been my co-host before when I was doing this on a weekly basis last month. Ben, if you're listening to this, I am down to do a emergency podcast if Bryce signs. We gotta set up a time though. I'm available on the weekends. Gotta hit me up there. Again, thank you all for listening to Keeping the Phaith, a Phillies United podcast, episode 8. Hopefully I'm able to do more in the near future, and I do have plans on doing these during the season. Hopefully I'll address that as it draws closer. If you want to follow me on Twitter, let me just check my @ right here, @ Ethan_Rouch14. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm usually ranting or just typing random stuff about the Phillies. If you want to just follow me, I'm open to discuss. I love discussing the Phillies. I can't get enough of it. If you want to just give you an opinion, I'm willing to talk to you about it. Unless it's super out of the ordinary and makes absolutely no sense at all, which, unless you're really trying to troll, I don't think it's going to fall in that category. I'm really hoping to talk to you about it. Because I really can't get enough of this, because the Phillies have improved so much. And this year, I really do feel, even if without Bryce, it's going to hurt if we don't get Bryce, but it's going to be a special year no matter what, no matter if we get Bryce or not. So again, if you want to follow me on Twitter, @ Ethan_Rouch14. If you want to follow me on Instagram, @ Ethan.Rouch. I believe that's what it is. Ethan.Rouch. My whatchamacallit, my picture is just me in a Phillies cap if you want to follow me on that. Again, if you're listening to this not from the Phillies United Instagram page, you can follow the Phillies United Instagram page @ PhilliesUnited on Instagram. And of course, please subscribe to the channel if you want to get notifications. You gotta ring that bell. Ring the bell! Just like Bryce should have ring the bell. Let's get notifications on whenever a podcast drops. And once again, this has been going on a little too long. But again, thank you all for listening. Keeping the Phaith, episode 8. And let's hope this ends soon. Peace.